Hello everyone who is watching this video. I'm Berlinda. In this video, I will present you how to demonstrate appropriate knot making techniques to use during recreational activities. I will share 6 types of knots that are useful for camping, which are overhand knots, fisherman knot, clove hitch knot, 2/2 hitch knot, bowline knot, and the square knot. First and foremost, the overhand knot is the simplest and the single-strand stopper knots. It can also be used to prevent the end of a piece of rod unraveling. To tie the overhand knot, we have 3 steps. First, form the loop and pass the end through it. Tuck it inside the loop and pull it out and completely, and last, tighten it to form the overhand knot. Next, let's move to fisherman knot. It's always added additional turns in each overhand knot for a more secure knot. It will be difficult to untie well. To tie it, using the working end of one rod, tie a slip knot around the other rod. Using the working end of the second rod, tie a slip knot around the first rod on the standing end side of the first knot. Next, pull the standing ends of both rods until the knots slide together. Next, let's move to clove hitch knot. It is used as a crossing knot and used to securing line running along a series of posts, belaying, starting, reaching, and fixed with binding. To tie this knot, we need to use a single length of rod or string. Loop the end of the rod around the object which you wish to hitch to, such as hammock, and cross it over the remaining length of rod, creating an S shape. Creating another loop around the object, this time passing the end of the rod through the loop which you just formed, and pull both ends tight in order to tighten the knot. Next, let's move to 2/2 hitch knot. The first part of the knot is a round turn which controls the knot and provides friction against the support, which is used to secure the line and keep the line tight. To tie this knot, pass the end of the knot through the ring from below. Then pass it underneath the remaining rod, forming a circle. Bring the end back through that circle. Pull it tight to complete one of the 2/2 hitch. Repeat this process to create the second half hitch. Last, pull the 2 ends of the rod so that the knot tightens. Let's move to the 5th knot, which is bowline knot. The bowline knot never comes loose with lock and is known as the workhorse of knots. It is used as a rescue knot in cases. Open loop in this knot is easy for someone to grab and to be pulled. To tie this knot, cross the end of the rod over itself, pulling it so that it makes a loop-de-loop shape. Pull the short amount of the end of the rod back through that loop, treating it loosely. Pass the same end underneath the remaining rod and bring the end back out and pass it through the first loop-de-loop shape. Hold the short end of the rod and the rod tight, while pulling on the other end of the rod to tighten. Last, let's move to the square knot. A square knot is a relatively easy knot to tie. It's useful for tying items down where it isn't very important whether the knot stays tight or not. This is because it is quite a weak knot and can't be relied on to tie down critical items which may cause havoc should they become untied. Nevertheless, it can be used to tie a bandage for first aid. The steps will be: hold each end of the rod in each hand, then cross the right rod of the left rod. Next, cross the rod that's now in your left hand back over the right rod and pull tight. You now have a simple square knot. That's all of me presenting the 6 knots for camping. There are many other complicated knots for us to study more in the future. I believe to tie this knot may help us much in our daily life even we didn't went for recreational activities. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.